All right, so here we go. So here is my project charter. Charter is basically just all like the documents associated with whatever you're currently doing. I want you guys to be able to see it, so I'm going to make it a gallery. I'm going to make this pretty large. Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, so this just gives you a glimpse of what I'm reading. If my handwriting isn't good or if my spelling isn't phenomenal, then I'm no literary teacher. But this is how I work. I work best on paper, at least when I'm planning. I plan best on paper. And then from there, I can turn some of these documents to like an online document, which would give me the opportunity to be a bit more flexible with this. But having it on paper just allows for me to touch it, feel it, organize it. And then from here, I can transform it into something more professional. I'm not turning this into anyone, so it kind of doesn't matter to me. And I just want to be as efficient as possible. All right, so my mission is to document my journey to getting a sales engineer role and show how I'm going to go about it. That's my mission for this entire series of videos. My objective is to use a combination of many of my project management and sales skills to procure, that's a project management term, but to procure a role as a sales engineer. Executive summary is to build out an effective and repeatable strategy to obtain interviews and land a role in the amount of $150,000 plus. $150,000 is my personal goal. If you have your own goals, whatever they may be, set those goals, keep those goals. I actually hate that I left this here simply because whatever your goal is your goal. I have my goal. I'm willing to work towards my goal and for my goal. And I hope that I actually surpass that goal. But that's my goal. So 150 is my goal. Okay, so the way that the way that I learn to do things is by using SMART goals. So to do this, I'm gonna use SMART goals. SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable or achievable, relevant, and time-based. So specific, I want to specifically get a sales engineer role in cybersecurity, the cloud, or AI. Of course, I wanted to pay at least $150,000. Measurable. So weekly, I'm going to reevaluate the strategies to increase efficiency and allocate more time to things that are working. So when something isn't working, I'm not going to allocate a whole lot of time to it. I want to weekly make different adjustments so that I can make sure that I get to my journey in the most efficient route. In terms of it being attainable or achievable, I broke this down into two different components. So it being attainable, I'll break down each one of these tasks into small chunks. Basically, what I want to eventually do is put out at least 1,000 applications. I'm going to do 10 applications per week. I broke it down into 6 days. I don't plan to be perfect, and I plan to take a day to evaluate everything, which is, of course, a part of it being measurable, which means that I'll do about 17 different tasks per day. These tasks will be specifically my prospecting task. So 17 per day, 100 divided by 6 is like 16.6. If you round up, you get 17. So I'm going to do 17 per day. I'm going to do that on a 6-week basis. And I want to do this project for 10 weeks. The reason why it's important to me to do it for 10 weeks is because I have a goal to become a sales engineer by my college homecoming. Homecoming is in 10 weeks. So here we go. We're on this journey. Making it relevant. Well, it's relevant because personally, I am a relationship builder and problem solver. This role combines the two of those things. So I'm specifically seeking this role because it combines a lot of things that I like. I can be technical in this role and go in deep about things that I'm really interested in, which are cybersecurity, cloud-based computing, and automation, or AI specifically. I can build relationships because it's a relationship sale. So I come from real estate sales, and my way of consistently selling homes or buildings, which was basically I would build relationships with people. And from those relationships, I would get referrals. From those relationships, I was able to get them to trust me to make these investments. And then the last one, T, to round off SMART, is time-based. Again, my time base is 10 weeks. I will do this for 10 weeks and then I'll reevaluate. And as you can see it right here. So time-based 10 weeks, then reevaluate. I will reevaluate a couple of different things. I don't know where this journey is going to lead me. I don't know what I'll learn along this journey. A couple of things I'm willing to reevaluate is, A, do I have the right tools and skill set in order to get the role? B, am I focused on the right sectors, or the sectors that would be more advantageous to allowing me entry? And then C, is my output enough? You know, do I have to do more? Do I have to switch it from 100 applications, outreach, and prospecting per week to more? I don't know, but I'm willing to learn. And that's what you'll see along this journey with these videos. So we're going to move straight to the top. My scope of work. Now, this is important because it allows for you to do what you're tasked to do and not to do things outside of your task. And also, I think that for us job seekers, this is important because it will allow us to not be down on ourselves in terms of how I plan my scope and things that are out of my scope. I can only control the controllables. What I can control is my output. What I can control is my effort. What I can control is my consistency. Those are the things that I can control. I can control my education. This is another thing. But I can't control if someone picks me or sees value in me or wants to make the investment in me. I really can't control that. So I won't allow it to shake my confidence. I think confidence is one of the most valuable assets that a person can have. I take pride in educating myself and building myself up to have certain levels of confidence. I don't necessarily think like there's a such thing as the most confident person, and it's plenty of things that I'm not probably most confident at, but I don't want this journey to attack my self-esteem in any way. So for me, in terms of scope, the scope is to get attraction, and through that attraction, I plan to land 100 interviews. So if I'm putting out 1,000 outreach and applications per week, then if my result is 100 interviews, that's a 10% return on my effort. I think that it's kind of realistic, but of course, along this journey, I'll see if it's even realistic at all. And then things that are out of my scope, which goes back to this confidence piece, is actually depending on the company to believe in me and land a role. Landing a role is just a bit out of my scope. I cannot make the final decision. I don't know who my competition is. I don't know what a company is necessarily looking for. You know, sometimes you just get picked on like ability. I hope I'm likable. Like, I don't know. So because I don't know, and because I don't have full control over making a final decision, I won't put that on my heart whatsoever. But what's in my scope is my effort. And the effort is to put out 1,000 outreach methods and to get 10% return, which should result in about 100 interviews. And if I get 10% return on 100 interviews, that should result in about 10 offers. If I get 10 offers, oh my goodness, that would be a joy. It really would. It would check all boxes, and I'm pretty sure I'd be able to negotiate and be efficient in choosing the role that'll progress me forward. So the methods that I'm going to use are prospecting, cold outreach, prospecting here, all of this stuff around it, I'll explain, cold outreach, and content creation. So we'll start at the bottom. Content creation. This video, I'm titling it Journey to the Job. That'll be the title of this video series that I'm going to make. This video is an example of content creation. I'm also going to continue to work on a portfolio that I've been working on. My portfolio is me reading scripts. My portfolio is me discussing certain topics, and then news on the industry. That's an idea that I have. I'm not sure if I'll execute it because I need to also be efficient with my time. I have a life. I actually have a job now. I'm just looking for a role that's more suitable, and it's the goal that I have to get this role. And then I'm also going to do, for content creation, graphics, illustrating topics. So these graphics will just be an opportunity for me to explain what was discussed in a lot of these videos. For this one, graphics, the role doesn't require me to be able to make any graphics. I'm putting that out there to say that I won't promise to you guys that I'm going to be perfect. What I will promise to you guys is that I will put out 1,000 outreach and applications throughout 10 weeks. I will try hard to do at least one video per week. Those are things that I'm going to promise. The graphics, I'm not going to promise, just simply because I don't know where that leads me, and I don't know how much time I'll need to invest into doing that. I know how to design graphics, and sometimes graphics take a long time. Sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes it just doesn't feel like the most efficient thing to do, especially because getting a graphic design job isn't my current goal. So coming back up here to prospecting, I'm doing this one last because prospecting is a complex thing, and I need to show you what I mean by that. So this page over here, this is my prospecting page. So this prospecting page shows you how I'm going to go about prospecting. And to be honest, this is the meat and potatoes of it all. If you're not prospecting, then you don't have leads. If you don't have leads, then there's no way possible to get to a deal. So if getting the job or getting the interview is getting to a deal, then prospecting is the task that I'll spend probably 75% of my time doing.